How's it going, guys? My name is Damien. Welcome back. Bringing you my review for episode 14 of the Vampire Diaries season 6. And this was a pretty big episode in some ways. Let's get right into it. And I really wanted to talk about Stefan and Caroline this episode more than anything else. I will say this before I get into Stefan and Caroline. They had a somewhat decent send-off for Jeremy. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. And as far as I know, he's gone from the show. I don't know if he'll be coming back. If he does, it'll be maybe a guest appearance or something like that. But officially, as a cast regular, he is no more. And I didn't even post scenes with him on my other channel, my Clips channel, because I've never really found his character to be that compelling. Not since a few seasons ago. He really has kind of become irrelevant. They don't really do much with him. So him leaving doesn't really matter because a lot of times, even when he was officially on the show, he never was even in the episode. And if he was, it was really small. So I don't know how I feel about it. It's really, I guess, just doesn't matter. But he's gone. It's what it is. So as far as that's concerned, I guess it's okay the way they handle him leaving. And two characters actually officially exited the show. It's kind of crazy to think about it because when you think back to season one, it's like there were so many more cast members and they've slowly just whittled them down as the seasons have gone by. So Caroline's mom, Liz, Sheriff Forbes, as we all know her, she is officially gone. She died in this episode. It was pretty sad, but again, you know it's coming because what else can you do? It's uncurable cancer, and she received some of Caroline's blood. Nothing else you can do as far as her character is concerned. And this is really just them tying up loose ends because, I've said this before, this is the end of the show. I mean, we have one season to go after this, and that final season, I really don't even know what they're going to have. Maybe I don't know what they're going to try to pull off because when you whittle the cast members down like this, there's only a few characters left. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, her character leaving, she never really had that much screen time in general anyway. So it's not like she was a core character. I feel like Jeremy, he was a more important character as far as the stories or the storylines that they've had in the show throughout the years. But nevertheless, I guess she's still tied to Caroline and even Damon and other characters like that throughout the show. She's had interaction with them. So, but she is gone. What can you do? They're running out of storylines. I guess they've got to do what they got to do. um, but I feel like they handled her exit well as well. That wasn't bad. It was pretty good. So to get into what everyone really cares about this episode, Stefan and Caroline. Surprisingly, they really didn't even have any Damon and Elena scenes either. Come to think of it, I guess it was really just Elena with Jeremy. Maybe we'll see some Damon and Elena next week. But Stefan and Caroline, I love their scenes together in general. Every week they've had really, really good scenes. And I left a comment on my Clips channel just saying that I guess I will ship Stefan and Caroline because, watching the show at this point, it's really nothing else that I'm really going for. Just kind of going with the flow, going with emotion, trying to finish it up. So, Stefan and Caroline, I guess, I guess they're I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of similarities between them and Stefan and Elena from when the show first started, but I could be wrong. My memory is really, I mean, it's so vague at this point, remembering Stefan and Elena back then. But I I thoroughly enjoyed their scenes. I thought it was great. And their kiss, yeah, it's pretty solid. It's not bad. I feel like they had a lot of build up, but I will always maintain the belief that they never really planned Stefan and Caroline initially. They just kind of ended up in this place and they just have to settle with that because I still feel there's not any true resolution between Stefan and Elena and Klaus and Caroline. But that's ancient history, and they've just kind of ended up in this place where this is the only option. So But this is not, what we're going to talk about. As far as where the show is at and where they are, it's great. He's been there for her, like Stefan always is, and he's been great with her. Their scenes are really good. They've had lengthy scenes, and this is exactly why I still can't get behind Damon and Elena fully, because they just don't have this kind of stuff. The conversations that Stefan and Caroline have been having, as opposed to what what Damon and Elena have been having, they're very different. So, and of course, Damon's very different from Stefan, but at the same time, their conversations always feel more human. They always feel like you can relate to them more. And it's just been, that's just how Stefan has been the entire time on this show. But he also has gravitated more towards the characters that are, I don't want to use the word innocent, but they are less exposed. So they always felt the most human, because he was with human Elena for 3 seasons officially, and then now he's with Caroline. Even though she's a vampire, she still maintained her humanity, and she still is. I don't know. It's her character hasn't. She's never really kind of went to the dark side kind of thing. So you never really see her kind of trying to kill people a lot. Oh, maybe I'm wrong, but it's just my take on it. She's just been very different. Like, she has a big heart, that type of character. So Stefan naturally would gravitate towards someone like that. And I personally, as far as Caroline's character is concerned, she's great. I couldn't really find any flaws with her as far as I am concerned. If I had to, date her, or go out with her, or ask her out, any of that, the only concern would be her being a vampire, of course. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, she's always been great, and I've always enjoyed her character. So, are we gonna see more? Hopefully. Their scenes are. I just like the length of scenes. There's more scenes I could have uploaded on my clips channel too. I could have put in one last scene when they were in the hospital with her mom, but I didn't bother. I always like the exclusive scenes. There's a difference when there's no one there and it's just private. So that's generally what I like to do. But yeah, I really enjoyed their scenes, guys. Let me know what you think. Solid episode all around. I can see that with this episode, it was one of those kinds of episodes where everyone is just kind of looking back on the journey that they've had up to this point. And I would mention Enzo, but honestly, if I do, I'm just going to get upset. I'm just going to move right past that, because, again, when you're a character with no purpose and you're just an idiot, there's well, there's just no reason for you to be there. Now, if he was on True Blood, let's just entertain this idea. If he was on True Blood, Bill Compton or Eric Northam would have ended him already, and he would be no more. That's just the nature of that show. He would not be allowed to carry on with the nonsense that he does on this show. So that is that. Moving on from that, Enzo, I can't stand him at all. So Stefan and Caroline, good stuff. Hope to see more. I enjoyed their kiss. It was great. It really was. I liked the build up to it. I just liked how awkward she was when she had to reach into his pocket to get his phone. Everything about it, everything about their scenes, it was great. So let me know what you guys think. Leave comments, as always, feedback. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will do a lot more videos like this. I always say I'll post more videos, but sometimes I really just can't find the time. And I do apologize for missing reviews this week for The Flash and Arrow. I really need to be on top of being consistent. Sometimes it's just really difficult, though. So I'll see you guys maybe on Saturday. I think I'm going to do a video talking about Barry and Iris. And then next week I will do my reviews and so on. So thank you for watching, listening, and I'll see you guys later. My name is Damien.